I can give you the rundown on the smart packing and all that kind of stuff. So if we're ready, let's rock and roll. Let's dive in, guys. We'll have official tickets for you. We're due for ticketing this week, so official tickets will come out on by Friday. This is the scheduled time for right now. So you need to be at the Oklahoma City airport at 5 a.m. on May 30th. I know it's early, but we have a 7 a.m. departure, which is good because that means we don't have to spend the first night in Belize City, and we're going to be able to take the water taxi, the ferry, directly to Key Calker that night. So you're getting an extra evening on the island. So we can sacrifice a little bit of sleep that first night to get there. But Oklahoma City, Dallas, Dallas, Belize, you're flying with American Airlines, and then Belize to Dallas, Dallas to Oklahoma City on the way back, and you'll arrive back around 11 p.m. Guys, make sure you have a ride to and from the airport, okay? Your reservation code I will send you later this week once the tickets are finalized. Guys, if you have not done so, I need you to send me your name exactly as it appears, your name and date of birth exactly as it appears on your passport, okay? Because we are due for ticketing. I sent an email out a few weeks ago requesting this. If you haven't received that, make a note, send me an email this evening, please. I need this tomorrow. So I need your name and date of birth and your gender, okay? So cruising on. Guys, don't worry about taking too many notes. All of this you will have access to electronically in the morning. I'm going to send you all of this. So just sit back, relax, and then if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask. So to check or to not check a bag, very important question. I always carry my supplies on the plane with me, as in my luggage. So I want to know where it is. I don't want to take a chance of my bag being lost before I arrive at my destination. So I suggest you do the same. Carry on. You know where your bag is. You're good to go. We get out of the airport sooner. You don't risk your bag arriving late or not arriving at all. Okay. Here are the dimensions, guys, of carry-on luggage. But basically, you're allowed a bigger backpack, a rolling suitcase, or a bag. And then you're allowed a smaller backpack, messenger bag, or larger purse to bring with you. Okay? These are the dimensions here, guys. Follow these. Also, check the airline, American Airlines, to see if they've changed. These are accurate as of yesterday, but they are all constantly changing. So always make sure you double check. Again, this is only a suggestion. If you want to check your bag under the plane, that's 100% fine. You can do that. I just told you the reason why I suggest otherwise, so you don't end up losing your luggage. Okay. Guys, if you are bringing liquid medications or anything like that, or any type of medication, it needs to be in its original bottle, okay? It must be in its original bottle. You cannot have a bag of pills going on the plane. They will confiscate it from you, okay? Guys, these are sample bags, only samples. I use the one here, the top left, the Kelty. This is the one that I personally use. This is only a sample. You can use whatever you like. But I do recommend looking into your day pack, something that might be waterproof, or packing your supplies in a gallon Ziploc baggies and putting it inside of your bag, the bag that you're going to be bringing on the boat with you. Okay. Again, these are only examples. All right, Dr. T.
Yes, sir.
Hey, buddy. I was going to bring you on if you want to, since this is your original packing list from a few years ago. If you want to cover anything on here, or if you want me to just go through it.
No, I can go through it. First off, you really don't need to bring a whole lot with you. You're going to be on a little island in the Caribbean, and so you don't need that much. So packing should be easy. Carry-on bags is going to be totally doable. If you, in the off chance you have to do laundry, you can wash things in your, in your sink, or if you've got more laundry to do than that, I'll give you directions to my friend Marie down the street. So don't pack too much. Clothing, one sweatshirt I think we put on the list. I doubt you'll need it. I bring 2 swimsuits, sandals, Anyway, it's going to be easy. You can totally pack everything for the week in just one bag. If you're a scuba diver, um, you can bring your own equipment other than tanks and lead weights. That's just ridiculous. But to be honest, the scuba shop we use has their rental equipment is higher quality than my own. So I don't bring it. I don't bring my own equipment. But if you have your own equipment and you really like it, yeah, go ahead and bring it. I can't remember. How many of you are scuba diving?
I think we've got about 10 divers and 5 snorkelers, if I'm not mistaken.
Cool. All right, so divers, if you've got a regulator you really like, bring your reg. If you really like your BCD, bring your BCD, bring your own fins, bring your own mask. If I bring only one piece of gear, I bring my mask. Um, uh, but other than that, I don't bother bringing your tank or your weights. Wetsuits, water temperatures are going to be in the 80s Fahrenheit. Personally, I dive in just swim trunks and like a polyester shirt, and because I don't get cold. But my wife needs like a neoprene wetsuit, like 3 millimeters. The dive shop has those, but some people don't like to dive in a wetsuit that somebody may have peed in. And so if that's an issue for you, bring your own. Normally, wetsuits aren't given out for snorkelers, but if you tend to get cold easily, I would say go ahead and do it. You can go to like Academy Sports or like that and buy a shorty wetsuit for like $40 or something like that. And so that might not be a bad idea to, if you're anxious about getting cold, to just go get a shorty wetsuit and then leave it behind when you're done. So I've had a lot of travelers do that before. Let's see what else for packing items.
Yeah, yeah, I can take over the other packing stuff. Is that what you
Cool.
feel? Yeah. Um, Excellent. And then Dr. T, feel free to jump in as well as Professor Hummel as well. If you want to jump in on anything, it's for your guys, jump in and comment at any time. Feel free. But Eric already covered laundry. But basically, guys, I highly recommend a few of these items. Go. I want you to go in depth with this packing list later on. Please review everything we send you because it'll definitely make your trip easier. But a couple things to highlight. Definitely bring a quick dry towel with you. Don't bring a thicker towel that retains more water. It will reduce the mildew. So bring a quick dry towel and or a thin towel if you don't have a quick dry towel. Okay. Now you will need to purchase bottled water on the island. A lot of locals do drink the water out of the tap. However, it can have quite a bit an eggy taste to it, a bit of sulfur, or a bit of salt water as well. Also, you don't want to risk getting potential traveler's diarrhea. So the best thing to do is to purchase. It's very very cheap. You purchase the 3 gallon size jug and use that as your personal water bottle for you. Or to refill your reusable water bottle throughout the trip. Now, every day that you're out on the water, they're going to be providing you food as well as water and soft drinks and things like that. So you're good while you're out there on the water, but while you're around the island, you want to drink bottled water. Um, the food's delicious. It's safe. It's hygienic. It's clean. You don't have to worry about that. And even the water. I mean, in the past, I'll have cups of the tap water, but I don't suggest you to do that because you're on your trip. It's an 8 night trip. You don't want to risk getting a traveler's diarrhea and putting it and making it shorter. So we've already gone over medication, etc., what to bring, guys. If you do carry your bag on the plane with you, everything that is in liquid form needs to be in 3 ounce bottles, okay? And it needs to go inside of a quart-sized bag. You can normally get about 10 of those 3 ounce bottles within one of those quart-sized bags, okay? Again, that's only a suggestion. You don't have to carry your bag on, but I suggest that you do. Um, Sunscreen, guys, absolutely need to bring sunscreen. Sunscreen, hydrated, and you need to try to cover yourself up as much as you can while you're out on the boat and on the water. So rash guards, we already talked about, hats, glasses, etc. Especially if you have polarized glasses, it's perfect for the water. But definitely, you want to make sure that you're bringing sunscreen. There are some sunscreens here, Eric. If you wanna highlight on the ones that are recommended for coral safety.
Um, yeah, no, you're definitely going to want sunscreen. But some sunscreens are toxic to corals. So you can research that on the links that he gives, and if possible, bring ones that are coral safe. But if for some reason you forget to bring sunscreen, every store on the little island sells sunscreen. So I wouldn't stress too much about it.
Again, guys, and we're just basically don't bring down anything that's unnecessary. Okay, there are internet cafes that you can use on the island. You don't need to bring laptops. Sometimes it's good to disconnect while you're gone on your trip. So I really suggest that you look into utilizing. If you have a smartphone, bring it with you. There's Wi-Fi that you can access where we're staying. So every cafe, every restaurant has Wi-Fi as well. And that also goes into like calling plans, international calling plans. It's really unnecessary. There's so many free applications that you can use nowadays, like WhatsApp, Skype, Facebook Messenger, etc. You can use these for free while you're connected to the Wi-Fi. So instead of purchasing an expensive calling plan, use these free applications and Wi-Fi that we have access to. When you arrive in the country, you want to turn your phone, either turn off roaming or put it on airplane mode, so that way you can avoid any additional extremely expensive charges. Okay, and we go into that in more detail here, guys. Guys, you need to make sure that you bring a photocopy of your passport. So in the case that you do lose your passport, we can expedite that process by going to the U.S. Embassy with a photocopy of your original. Okay. Um, ATM debit card. Guys, you can also use US cash while you're down there. However, I don't recommend bringing all of your spending money in US cash. It's just not a good habit. If you lose your money, then you're out of your spending money. Now it's 2 to 1. $1 equals 2 Belize. So it's a great value. If you pay in US dollars and a 20, they're going to give you your change in Belize dollars. Okay. All prices on Key Calker are in Belize dollars. All right. So you can bring down US cash with you, but again, I wouldn't recommend bringing all of your spending money. Instead, I would bring the rest on a debit card, and then you can use that in the local ATM. And our guides on the first day are going to show you where all of these important places are: the local ATMs, the pharmacies, laundry facility, and where to eat and get the best value bang for your buck. Okay. Dr. T already went over here packing for scuba and snorkel. Guys, if you're snorkelers, everything's provided as well. So, but if you do like your mask, then you can bring that with you. But everything is provided, as well as life vests are also provided. Okay. Guys, these are the travel checklists. You'll receive the pre-trip waiver tomorrow. It's just your release form. You need to have a passport to go to Belize, guys. If you don't have one yet, make sure that you take care of it right away. You need to notify your bank that you're going to be out of the country. This is so they will not block your card when you're using it in a foreign ATM. And then debit card, if you bring it, make sure you have a valid PIN, and make sure that the account that it's connected to is the one that has the money in it. Okay. This is only a suggestion, $200, $300. You can do it for much cheaper. However, that's just to give you cushion. Okay. Average meals, guys, if you're eating locally, are about $5 US. If you want something more impressive seafood wise, like a nice lobster with rice and beans and salad, that's about 10 US. And then if you want fancier fish, it can range like around $12 to $15. But if you want traditional stewed chicken, rice and beans salad with a fruit drink, that's $5 US. So anywhere between 5 and 15 for big dinners. But then if you want to go eat on the cheap for lunch like that, you can eat fried stuffed jack and like that, and that will be those are like anywhere from 2 US to 4 US. So our guides, they're going to show you where to eat on the cheap and for quality as well. Please, guys, pack lightly, follow our recommendations, and then I will modify this real quickly. I'll send you in the morning as well the contact information for your local guides, okay? We are staying at Tropical Paradise Hotel. It's an even nicer hotel than we were originally staying. The original hotel we were staying at, Ocean Pearl, which I love, and so does Dr. T, they didn't have the proper rooming breakdown for our group. So, and they're also having some renovations right now. They're turning some rooms into apartments. So we switched to Tropical Paradise Hotel. It's very, very, very beautiful. You guys will love it for sure. Guys, so this is the schedule. Now, keep in mind, this is a tentative schedule, okay? This is dependent on weather, all right? So you will for sure do the dives that you're promised to do. However, it may not break down into this exact schedule. I want you to explore this, but basically what we've done is we've organized it for you have 2 days of diving, free day, 2 days of diving, free day, and then another day of diving. Okay, so all in all, it is. Let me just double check. Local, Turnef, that's 2. Lighthouse, Blue Reef, Esmeralda, and Spanish Bay. 5 full days of diving, guys, as well as a sunset sailboat cruise and some other on land activities. During the free day, you have the option of going to visit some Mayan ruins or just taking it easy and kicking back in a hammock. Okay, this is the dive schedule right here. Again, guys, the first night, since you're arriving early, we're going to go directly to the island, so you get an extra night on the island. Let me scroll down here. This is the snorkel schedule for our snorkelers. Basically, the same days you'll be on the water as the divers. Your activities are a little bit different. So, you're going to have cooking lessons at a local home. You're going to be going to the Lamanai Mayan ruins as well, and you'll also be going sea kayaking, doing a mangrove sea kayak tour, and you'll also have the sunset sailboat cruise as well. In the evenings, the group will all hang out together, but in the days, we'll go different ways depending on the itineraries. Guys, again, explore all of this itinerary on your own. And if you have any questions at all, I'm always available for you. Send me an email and we'll answer them. What I'd like to do right now is open it up for Q&A for any questions, anything that we overlooked. Now is the time to ask. So everyone else, if they have the same question, we can answer it at the same time. So if you do have a question, bring it on.
Hey, can I jump in real quick because I got to get off?
Yeah.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
Is there any necessary shots we need to have? I know when I've gone to Guatemala, you had to have a certain, maybe just your tetanus up to date, but is there any requirements on that?
Yeah. This is Dr. T. Can I jump in or?
Yeah, go. Yeah.
The answer is no. My wife and I my wife's a nurse and infection control specialist, and she and I have run the same trip for 20 years. The answer is no. So no required shots at all. I discourage malaria because the bacteria that carries malaria is not found on this island. I did a research project 15 years ago, and no. So I do strongly recommend mosquito repellent, as Mr. Ali already covered, because dengue, chikungunya, and Zika are found, but no required shots.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, in terms of shots I used to recommend everybody gets their hepatitis shots, but that's already required to go to school in Oklahoma, so.
Very good. All right, guys, let's keep those, thank you, Dr. T. Let's keep those questions rolling.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, no dumb questions out there. Bring them on.
Okay, money exchange. Is there a place we can do it down there instead of doing it stateside?
Yeah,
good question. Do not
not
do money exchange in the U.S. Every place you're going to go will accept U.S. currency, so don't bother.
Yeah, so guys, again, bring it on your debit card or bring a just a small amount of U.S. cash. You know, like no more than a couple $100, okay? Because you don't want to lose your money. All right, let's keep the questions rolling, guys.
Come on, y'all. There's no dumb questions.
Yeah.
Ask.
And then, guys, if we're not asking a question, can we mute the mic? Thank you. Anybody else want to hop on?
Annika was wondering if there's safes in the hotel room.
There are not safes in the hotel rooms. There are safes at the front desk that you can use. But again, guys, I please do not bring down unnecessary valuables. Okay, there's safes that are at the front desk that you can keep your anything down there. But anything other than that, your doors lock. They're secure. You know, basically, if you have cash, hide it deep within your bag. But, you know, we haven't had any issues. If you want, get a combo lock to lock on your bag if you're worried that housekeeping might get into your bag and possibly steal money from you. Okay?
Crime on this island is incredibly rare. So I understand you're anxious, but the crime rate is incredibly low.
Yeah, it is extremely safe, Key Calker. Any questions, guys? Any questions?
Do you know what the room arrangements are?
Yes, it's going to be 2 to room split by gender. Unless you're traveling with your loved one, then obviously you will be together. But we'll leave that for you to determine. Any questions, guys?
So what do you recommend?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. What do you recommend as far as like taking our cell phones along while we're going to do stuff for pictures and things like that? What's your recommendation there?
Yeah. I think it's great. Just make sure that it's in some kind of sealed, waterproof bag. You know, like, or the special cell phone cases like that. I mean, that's totally fine. Yeah, bring it out there on the boat with you. We do that all the time. But you want to make sure that it's protected properly. Okay, so Ziploc baggies are great. That's the most affordable way to do it. Or if you have one of the specific cases for it, that will work. That will work well. I think you know which ones I'm talking about, the specific cell phone cases for the water.
Yes, I think I do.
Okay. Anybody else, guys? Do we have questions about anything? If you don't have a question right now and it comes up later, you can email me at any time and we'll make sure that it is answered. Guys, I do want to remind you to please send me, if you have not already, send me your names for ticketing, okay? Because we need that right away.
Professor, I've done all these dives, all the snorkel trips. So if you have questions about what we're going to see on different, dive days, feel free to ask me.
Professor Hummel, you with us? All right. So guys, basically we're gonna close it out. We're gonna wait for any last questions here. Now's the time to ask them. Oh, your mic's not working. Okay. If you do you have anything that you want to us to mention, Professor Hummel? You can type it to me down here. Okay, you're good. All right, guys. Again, I'm going to send you the recorded version of this in the morning. You're going to have access to the pre-trip packet with all the packing demos and everything like that. If you have any questions at all in the meantime, please send it to me. We'll have the official tickets by the end of the week, and I'll send those to you, and I need you to double check your names. Guys, again, one last time, if you have not sent your name to me for ticketing, I need that along with your date of birth and your gender, exactly as it appears on your passport, okay? Guys, thank you so much for letting me take a bit of your time this evening. If you have any questions at all, you have my email address. Don't hesitate, and you guys are going to have an absolutely incredible time, and I look forward to following your trip through social media. Again, thank you, and we will be in touch soon. Have a good evening.
We will.
All right. Good night, everyone.
All of a sudden, I wish, why the hell am I going to Greece? Oh, well.
All right, buddy.
Hey, one more question.
Go for it.
Can you send the waivers and stuff? I sent you a picture of one of them that I signed, but I didn't get an email back, so I don't know if you got it.
Yep, we have that on file.
I
Yes,
don't.
we do.
Okay, and then I also sent my name, date of birth, and all that, but earlier you were saying that if you didn't get an email back, maybe you didn't get it, so do you want me to resend it?
No. If you sent it, we've got it. It's just for the people who
Okay.
haven't sent it.
All right, just making sure.
All right, got you. Okay, thank you so much. All right, everyone, have a beautiful evening. Any questions at all, send us an email. And yeah, you're going to have an amazing, amazing experience in Belize. Better Belize it. We'll stop with the corny jokes now. All right, guys, have a good evening.
They're going to have so much fun. I'm so jealous.
All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon. We're signing out. Have a good evening. Any questions at all, email me. We'll be in touch within 24 hours. Have a good night.